cakes and more. So make sure you guys come support everybody down here. The Lyle Dragon. We got some guys wanting to buy some kettle corn.
All right, I hope everybody's enjoying their lunch and supporting the local vendors and food trucks. Thank you so much to all the food vendors for being here. What a treat to be at a race event where we've got multiple food options. So I hope everybody's taking advantage of that. That said, it is 12 o'clock. That means the first race is going to need to queue up at the line right now because we're going to try to get our staff in positions and get the next round of racing started in 5 minutes. So first race to the line. Thank you all very much for being here.
All right, we're going to be back on the water in about 5 minutes. So course crew, tower staff, scorekeepers, nor me, our flagger, all you guys start making your way back to your positions for this fourth round. Sorry. So junior ski lights 10 to 12, you will be the first on the line. So get those helmets on, those life jackets on, start making your way to staging. All of our staff, tower staff, flaggers, course marshals, start getting yourselves ready to get back in the water. Race number 2, women's sports spec and all X2s. You guys will be up shortly after. Remember, these are only 6-minute motos. They will go by fairly quickly. And then third, 550 modified. Fourth, runabout. 5, juniors 13, 15 in women's. 6, vet stock. 7, sportabout. 8, ski grand prix. 9, vintage open. 10, rec lights. 11, 4-stroke lights. 12, sports spec. 13, 550 limited, 14 ski lights, 15 ski stock and ski GP, and then run what you brung. So juniors 10 to 12, make your way up to the line, please, and get in staging. All of our tower staff, make your way back up to the tower. Our scorekeepers, our flagger, and all of our course marshals, start getting back in positions, please.
All right, we got juniors 10 to 12. Moto 4 on the line. As soon as our water staff is in position, we are ready to go. Making good time today. Thank you guys for being on time. Even though yesterday was mainly my fault for miscalculation, but still, thank you guys for being on time. All right, women's sports spec and X2s to the line. Women's sports spec and X2s. And then 550 modified. You start getting ready. 550 modified to staging. So we got Travis Billings out front with Colton Grunwald in second, Del Cox in third. It looks like Bryson Lonegger. Bryson almost missed that buoy right there. He had to correct real quick. There we got Brody Zapirian. Oh, it looks like Bodie took a little spill back there. At least gets around him. Bodie's getting beat by a goal. You better get up and hurry.
All right, we got junior ski lights on the track now, 10 to 12. Race number 1, women's sports spec on the line along with the X2s, 550 modified. You guys should be getting your helmets and your life jackets ready to come up.
All right, so Travis Billings still out front with Colton Grunwald in second. Dale Cox in third on the number 3. And then Bryson Longacre on the 4 on that 17 Superjet.
Women's sports spec on the line, 550 modified. Start getting ready. We got women's sports spec and X2s on the line, 550 modified. Get your helmets and life jackets ready. You guys are up next. Should be making your way towards staging. So we got the number 7 boat, Travis Billings, hitting the start-finish line. Kind of running his own race all by himself out there. Next across the start finish line, we got the 579 boat, followed closely by the number 3, only about 2 buoys apart. And then the number 17 coming up to the line now. All right, taking the white flag, the number 7, Travis Billings, coming across the start-finish line. Then we have the other number 7, blue and white boat. All right, we got women's sports spec and X2s on the line, 550 modified. You guys are up next. You guys should be making your way to staging. Runabout NA open and 1100 stock. You guys will be race number 4. So start getting those helmets and life jackets ready. Coming to the start finish line on the number 7 boat, Travis Billings. Crushing it on his 2-stroke Superjet.
right, out front we got Ariana Chen on the BR1, followed by Dylan Waters, which is X2 Open, followed by Ashley Demand, which is 404. So that's actually split classes. These X2s are getting to battle a little bit. They're not, oh, Trevor almost fell, but at least they get to battle through the pack a little bit. Tammy, after spinning out, still in third place.
.550 modified. You guys need to be the line. 550 modified to the line. All right, 550 modified to the line. .550 modified, you guys should be on the line. Runabout open, NA, and 1100 stock. You guys are race number 4. So you guys should be getting your helmets on, your life jackets ready. And after runabout, we got juniors 13 to 15 and women's lights, race number 5. And then vets the stock, race number 6. So 550 modifieds to the line. Runabouts, start readying up. Get those helmets ready, those life jackets on. You guys will be in staging after these 550s. We got Tammy DeCarly coming across the start-finish line to that number 1 buoy on that 100 boat. Followed by Annie Castle, the 951's purple and pink boat. Coming across the start-finish line now. We got the 144, sorry, on the X2. 407 and Rachel Chatton coming across that start-finish line next. Then the 103. All right, we got a blue knee panel up here. Looks like if you're missing a panel off your ski, it is under the Sideways Designs tent. right, Zach, we have your knee panel up here for your Sea-Doo Spark. If you're missing your knee panel, Zach, we got it up here for you.
The BR1 of Ariana Chen taking the win. And then we got Sculpton, not Schulten, Sculpton. And Tammy DeCarly, third place. Third place, Tammy DeCarly. Annie Castle, fourth place. Annie Castle, fourth place. Rachel Chatton, fifth place, fifth place. All right, so we got 550 modified on the line, 550 modified, which means runabout open, runabout naturally aspirated, and runabout 1100 stock to the line. Juniors 13, 15, and women's lights, two staging. Is my microphone still good? I dropped it in the water. This thing's indestructible. All right, we got 550 limited out there, or 550 modified. We got Andrew Cecere and Nick Sculpton, 1 and 2, with Jason Hannigan his first race back in third place, followed by Luke Christie. Oh, Andrew crashed. He lost his goggles. Andrew, you got to get up. It's the final moto. You went for a clean sweep this weekend. All right, well, now we get to see Andrew really cook right now. He's going to fight through the pack. So that means Nick Sculpton up front, Hannigan second, Justin Treader third, Luke Christie fourth, with Ron Kirkis fifth. Oh, looks like Bryson's getting towed in. we got Ron and Axel Jakes. Andrew Cecilia is already fighting back up to 6th place. Oh, he finally got his goggles back on his head, so. We got Nick Skolton out front with Jason Hannigan 2nd, Justin Treader 3rd, Luke Christie 4th. We need holders. All right, Nick Skolton's pulling ahead. Jason Hannigan 2nd, Justin Treader in 3rd. We need some holders down here. If you're near the beach and you can get wet, we need some holders, please. Holders. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 holders here. We need 8 holders on the beach. Nick Skolton's out front, but there's a good battle on this white flag for Justin Treader and Jason Hannigan for 2nd. See if Justin can make something happen on this last lap. Andrew all the way back up to 5th after being dead last on lap 1. We need 3 more holders down here at the beach. 3 more holders. If you can hold for a runabout, we need 3 holders, please. All you gotta do is hold them straight. They're easy. We need 2 holders. 2 holders. All right, so Nick Skolton takes the win with Getty and C with Treader finish, but it looks like Jason Hannigan still second, Justin Treader third, Luke Christie fourth, Andrew Cecilia fifth. Oh no, Justin's back here. Justin fell back. I must have missed it. So that means Hannigan second, Luke Christie third, out of Andrew fourth, Justin Treader fifth. We need 1 more holder. Somebody, 1 more holder. And we need 1 more holder for a runabout, please. Perfect, thank you. In the X2 and women's sports spec race, there's a set of green 100% goggles we found. They said green sports skis, so I'm guessing Josh Delkey maybe, or RJ Killian. You two were the two green skis. If you lost some goggles, come get them. Got Cody Mackey out front. Cody Mackey on the 44 still out front. Chris Ennis on the 86 chasing him down. And you got Leland on the runabout A&A. Big boy fighting through the pack all the way up to third. All right, so we got women's lights and 13-15 lights on the line. Which means Veteran ski stock to staging. Veteran ski stock to staging. Sport about open. Start getting ready to head down. Vet stock to staging. Sport about. Start getting ready. All right, Cody Mackey with a 1-1 on today. Leland Gibson wins in runabout NA. That's a clean sweep for the weekend for that number 2 boat. And then Chris Ennis, second place. So he had a 1-1-2-2. Not sure how it works on the overall, but I think Cody Mackey might have got it. I can't remember what Cody Mackey got in the first moto. We got Tanner Haig leading 13-15 with Gavin Hoggard behind him and Axel straight on Gavin. And then the women's division, once again, we got Rachel Cummings, followed by Alif Baydar. Then you got the two sisters in the back, Alexis and Ariana.
All right, coming up to the start-finish line, your leader, the 3-2-2, Axel Jarvis. Second, currently 95, Rachel Cummings, and Alif Baydar on the 85, all coming across the start-finish line. We got our vet ski stock out here. See how even these splits are off the start. It looks like that might be Monty Hoggard out front on the inside lane. Dave Superior on the outside. Inside looks to be a little bit faster. Still a close battle, only about 5-6 boat lengths apart. No, it is DeCarly out front, sorry. Superior in second, Uncle Paul in fourth. Then we got Monty Hoggard on the 883, running in the fourth place. Mr. Kyle on the 136, sorry. All right, next up, we got Sportabout Open on the line. Sportabout Open, you guys should be in staging for your fourth and final moto. Next up, after Sportabout Open, we got our nice big Ski GP skis. Loudest, fastest boats on the lake. You guys are going to be race number 8. Race number 9, Vintage Open. So Sportabout in staging now. Ski GP, start readying your helmets and life jackets to make your way up to the line. All right, coming out of the splits for our vet ski stock out front, hitting the SBT buoy now, coming towards the start-finish line, is that number 20 boat. The Carly out front, followed closely by David Superior on the 508. They're just about one buoy apart, maybe less. Then running third, we got Paul Cota on his newly painted number 4 boat. And Monty Hoggard on the 883. I had to wrap both those skis in the last month, so hopefully they don't mess them up. Then we get to number 9. I think he took a little water sample earlier. I think he's a lap down. And then the 136, Mr. Kyle. All right, here we go. Both first and second using the outside split. That blue split seems to still be faster. Rounding the 13 buoy to start finish line. Number 20 leading the pack into Carly, followed closely by 508 of David Superior. It's kind of been 1-2 like that all weekend with these two guys. They're battling and they're faster than the rest of the field. It looks like Kevin's got today locked down for that number 1 spot. Now number 4, Paul Cota, coming through in the last spot of the podium, followed closely by the 883 of Monty Hoggard. These guys are really close friends. They like to battle. They go everywhere together. And then Matthew Kyle on that 136 coming through in the 4th place. And then on the 9 boat, we got Derek Mendoza. Still making goggles around his arm. Next up, we got Sport About Open. Mixed bag of jet skis in this class. We got some Wave Blaster ones with some triple swaps in them. We got some Sea-Doo X4s. Coming across with a white flag on the number 20, Kevin DeCarley leading this pack, pulling away from David Tapirian that last lap on the 508, running second as he enters that number 1 buoy. Kevin just has to stay in the tray for one more lap to get his overall first place for this weekend. David will take number 2 for the weekend, unofficially. The podium, this moto, number 4. Paul Cota, number 4, followed closely by Monty. He gets a little out of shape, corrects it, gets back on the gas, starts to chase him down on the 883 boat, entering buoy 1. We got the number 9, Derek Mendoza, coming through. Still goggles in tow around that wrist. Followed by the 136, Matthew Kyle. But Derek is 1 lap down. Here you go, your winner on the 20 boat, Kevin DeCarley, taking the 1 for Moto 4 and the overall for the weekend, followed closely by David Zapirian on the 408 or 508, sorry, taking number 2 on the weekend. So let's see, 2nd place, 3rd place, and 4th place are all skis that I wrapped, just an FYI. So I've wrapped over half the field with this skis. So shameless self-plug, if you need some graphics, Sideways Designs, I will hook you up. Rounding out the podium for Moto 4 is Paul Cota on the number 4 and Monty Hoggard on the 883 with 4th place for Moto 4. Here comes the number 9, Derek Mendoza, after taking a quick water sample. And then 136, Matthew Kyle. And that is our race for ski, or vet ski stock 1500 today. All right, next up, we got Sport About Open on the line. We got Jim Alamillo currently with a 1-1-1 in this class, trying to sweep the weekend, followed closely by Jonathan Rivera. Third place, still up for grabs. I think we got a pretty good battle going on between Andrew and Glenn out here for that third podium. So you two guys need to battle it out in this last Moto 4, guys. I think it's up for grabs between Andrew and Glenn. I also got David Garcia on the 169. Oh, we are missing Jonathan Rivera. All right, so we're missing Jonathan Rivera. That's going to mix up the points. That means the battle's going to become the battle for second between Glenn and Andrew Leski. We had the 282, the Sea-Doo Jonathan Rivera, drop out, and he was second rolling point. He did not join the line, so it's going to mix up our podium. We got Jim Alamillo on the inside gray split. We got Glenn Bradshaw leading the outside split on the 333. Coming through, Jim's got that lead. It's close, but he's got legs on that boat. That thing is fast in a straight line. So we got Jim Alamillo going for the full weekend sweep on his 222 boat, followed by the 333. Glenn third, David Garcia on the 169. Looks like Andrew may have got a red start. He's running fourth, but he's in that battle for second place, so he needs to get around David Garcia quickly to try to catch up to Glenn Bradshaw, run him down so he can secure that second place step on the podium. All right, Andrew makes it inside. David Garcia goes for a water sample, and looks like, no, I thought he was going to pull off, but he gets it going again. So Andrew now up into the third spot. Now he's got 6 minutes to run down Glenn on the 333 to secure that second place. They're in a battle for that second step on the podium currently. And then Jim Alamillo, all he has to do is keep his butt on that seat and his face out of the water. He will secure the win for the weekend. All right, Jim coming through buoy 3. He's in the lead. 333 at Glenn Bradshaw in second, and Andrew on the 16 boat trying to run him down. He is getting closer. He's got about another 4 minutes plus a lap to try to get this thing done and secure that second podium step. And then rounding it out is the 169 at David Garcia. So we got a Sea-Doo X4, a Wave Blaster, a Tiger Shark, and another Wave Blaster out there. Andrew on that rare hull you don't see very often outside. All right, down the backstretch, we got our leader in the splits. He's taking the inside this time on the gray line. Jim Alamillo on a Pondell leading the class on this 222 boat. He's trying to sweep the weekend in both Rec Lights and Sportabout Open. He's got a significant lead in this class. He hits buoy 1. Our second place boat is just coming up to buoy 13, our last buoy. Woo! He gets a little wide, almost comes in contact with the buoy, but he makes it clear. But Andrew's definitely catching up, so let's see if Andrew can get it done in the last couple laps. Rounding out our field, the 169, David Garcia. And the old Benz Nindolf boat. All right, next up on the line in staging the Ski GP. This is our biggest, fastest skis of the weekend. So Ski GP, you guys are on the line. Sport About Open on the water. After Ski GP, we got Vintage Open. Vintage Ski Open, you guys should be getting your helmets on, your life jackets ready. Coming up the line as our leader gets the white flag. 222, Jim Alamillo leading this class. He's going to go for the weekend sweep on that Sea-Doo. Just putting a hurt into this field all weekend. Second place, Glenn Bradshaw. That second place step on the podium still up for grabs. Then Andrew Olszewski in third. Looks like Glenn has pulled away that last lap, so I think he's secure. As long as he doesn't go for a little swim, he should be okay for second place. And then the 169 of David Garcia. So Ski GP, you guys are on the line now. Vintage Open, you guys should be getting ready, getting your helmet and your life jackets and stuff ready. It is a 10-minute moto for Ski GP, so Vintage Open, you guys got a few minutes, but make sure you guys are ready watching. And after Vintage Open, we'll have rec lights. So on the line now and staging is race number 8, Ski GP. Race number 9 will be Vintage Open, 10 rec lights, 11 four-stroke lights, 12 sports spec, 13 will be 550 limited, 14 ski lights, 15 ski stock and Ski GP. And then our last moto of the day, run what you brung. McKenna in the tower, your drink has arrived. And your winner in Sport About Open, Jim Alamillo on the 222 Sea-Doo X4. Coming in second in Moto 4, the 333 Bradshaw, Moss Del River crew. And Andrew Olszewski on the 16. And David Garcia on the 169, catching up kind of close. So all 4 boats just a few seconds apart. So a much closer moto for Moto 4. So Jim taking the win on the weekend unofficially. Sweeps all 4 motos. 1-1, 1-1. All right, this next class up. These are our Ski GP, the fastest stand-ups we have here on the lake. Final moto of the day. We have a pretty good battle going on for this podium. The whole podium is mixed up. There's been almost no consistency in this class across all 3 motos, so it is still up for grabs. We got Harley Ritchie, Patrick Parker, Jacob Liu, Anthony DeCarli, Ian Roberts, Alif Badar, all on the line, ready to go. It's going to be 10 minutes plus 1 lap, our longest race of the day, to determine who takes home this cash prize. Ah, those are some angry jet skis. All right, we are off and running in our last moto of the day for Ski GP. We got Patrick Parker on the inside gray, leading the pack on the inside. Looks like we got Harley Ritchie, I believe, on the outside. No. That is DeCarli in second. 5'5" of Patrick Parker. Followed closely by the 36 of DeCarli. Ian Roberts on the 6'5'8". And then on the 85, we got Harley Ritchie. Great battle between Ian Roberts and Harley Ritchie for that third podium spot in this moto. They're very close. Both very experienced, good riders, very clean. So let's see how this battle turns out. Then Alef Badar coming across in the 85. Entering the decision buoy, we got our leader on the 5-5 boat, Patrick Parker, leading the pack. He takes the gray split on the inside. Second place looks like take the outside to the blue. Around the last buoy of the splits, Patrick Parker has pulled a significant lead. He can be in cruise control for the rest of this moto. He is killing it on that new boat. Nice and sparkly, black and charcoal, very pretty. Number 36, Anthony DeCarli. 6'5'8", Ian Roberts. The 85 of Harley Ritchie. 5'11" of Jacob Liu. That is your top 5. We got the hand-painted number 13 of Haig coming across the start-finish line. All right, Ski Grand Prix out on the course. Vintage Open. Start prepping your skis, getting your helmets, your life jackets ready. You guys are going to be up after Ski GP. So Vintage Open, start prepping your skis, getting everything ready. After Vintage Open, we'll have Rec Lights. Rec Lights will be race number 10. Race number 8 is on the course now. Patrick Parker on the 55. Come by with a commanding lead into buoy 1. We got Anthony DeCarli on the 36, his first year in this class. Holding it down, getting faster every moto. And then a great battle between the 85 and the 6'5'8" of Ian Roberts and Harley Ritchie. They're still battling. Harley tries to dig it up the inside. Not quite. You got to pull the over-under move into buoy 4. Let's see what can happen down the backstretch. Harley to the outside. He's going to try to round it around. He gets him into buoy 6 and beats him down to buoy 7. A great pass by Harley Ritchie. That's some close racing right there. Going back to buoy 9, Harley has that lead. It looks like Ian came out of the tray for a second, but he saves it. Harley hits that backstretch. I'm going to try to chase down Mr. DeCarli if he's got time, but I don't know if he's going to make it. We got a rider down, rider down. Mr. DeCarli is down. We got a rider down, 36, rider down. We need course marshal. DeCarli back up on the ski after a long drink in the water, unfortunately. Took our course marshals a little while to get over to him. Put him a little ways behind. So unfortunate for Anthony. All right, coming to the start-finish line. Your leader on the 5-5 black boat. That is Patrick Parker. Fast Power Sports boat, followed by the 85 of Harley Ritchie on A-Lift's borrowed boat. So he's doing pretty good for our borrowed boat. Still, this podium is all mixed up. It could be anybody's game today. And then in third, we got Ian Roberts on the 658. He's inherited that bottom step of the podium in this moto. Followed closely by Jacob Liu on the 511. Not sure where DeCarly is in the lineup currently after going down after the SBT buoy. He spent quite some time in the water. It's going to mess up his overall finish for the weekend, unfortunately. And your leader, the 5-5 boat, coming through the start-finish line. Lapper getting out of the way, giving Harley Ritchie plenty of room to sweep that number 1 buoy. And now we got DeCarly coming across in that 36 boat. I'm sure he's a little dejected after falling off and taking so long to get back to his boat. But overall, he had a great weekend for his first time on that new ski GP. We used to see him in ski stock. He dominated that class last season. So he is now on a new boat, new class, trying to get used to it. But he has been fast all weekend, but with some bad luck in Moto 4. And now we have Ian Roberts in this third spot on the 658. Jacob Liu right next to him. The best battle on the track is between the 658 and the 511 of Ian and Jacob. They've been close all moto. Coming to the start-finish line, your leader, the 5-5 boat, Patrick Parker. He's got about 2 buoys on the 85 of Harley Ritchie. Harley trying to run him down. He is working that ski, trying his best, but Patrick is so consistent in every ski, every race that he races. He is consistent. Sports spec, ski GP, doesn't matter. So Harley's going to have a hard time reaching Patrick Parker. That battle still raging between the 658 and the 511. All right, taking the white flag, Patrick Parker on the 5-5. Harley Ritchie has caught up on that 85 barred boat, but I don't know if he has enough time, but he has definitely closed the gap. So our leaders entering buoy 4 on their white flag lap. All right, going into the 11 buoy to the 12 to the backstretch is your leader on the 55 as they enter the last half of the lap. There's still about a buoy or two length between our leader Patrick Parker and second place Harley Ritchie. Our leader going to the blue split on the outside. Second place Harley Ritchie entering that inside on the gray. See if he can make up some time in some smooth water. Our third place, 658 of Ian Roberts, just now getting to the white flag, along with Jacob Liu closely in tow. Coming down to the wire, your winner, Patrick Parker, the 5-5 boat. Hand up in the air. He knows he's got that one in the bag. With Harley Ritchie, our international rider, coming in second on the 85. Good racing by both those two front boats. And then we still got a battle raging on for third. It's just about a half a lap behind, but they're still racing. Aleph Badar on the other 85 boat coming across the line. She let Harley Ritchie borrow her main boat. We got DeCarly coming in on the 36. And our battle for third still raging on. Coming to the start-finish line. This is your battle for third place. And a little bit through the splits. At the 13 of Mr. Haig, and then coming in third, 658, Ian Roberts. Rounding out your podium for Moto 4, followed closely by Jacob Liu on the 511 boat. So your winner for Moto 4, the 55 boat of Patrick Parker. Coming home second in Moto 4, Harley Ritchie on the borrowed boat of Aleph Badar, the number 85. The solid weekend overall. Close racing between those two all weekend. Third place, 658, Ian Roberts. Fourth place, Jacob Liu on the 511. Again, all my results are unofficial, just an FYI. On the line, we have Vintage Open. Vintage Open on the line. Rec lights, you guys should be making your way up to staging. I'm going to get off the mic so I can hold for my buddy Kevin Callahan.
All right, well, we got Vintage Ski Open out there right now. Looks like out front on the inside, we got Matt Madrigali with Casey Stone on the inside, and then we got Zoe Schreiner and Adam Schaefer on the outside. It looks like Zoe Schreiner is going to pull the whole shot. So runabout rec lights. Runabout rec lights to the line. 4-stroke lights, stand-ups, 2 staging. Runabout rec lights to the line. 4-stroke lights, 2 staging. All right, we need some holders down here for rec lights. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 holders. 4 holders down here for rec lights. So if you're still wet, can you please come down, hold for some rec lights, please. Oh, oh!
All right, on the line, we got rec lights. We got Jim Alamio. We got Zach, John, and Cole. Jim on the only Yamaha Jet Blaster trying to sweep the weekend in both Sportabout Open and rec lights. Let's see if he can get it done in this final moto. John has been keeping the Sparks at bay. At second, he is the fastest Spark of the weekend. Then we got a good battle going on for third place between Cole Wheeler and Zach for that final step of the podium. All right, 7-2-7 coming across the start-finish line. Next, getting the white flag, the 41, little Zoe Schreiner. She's having a solid weekend in this class, making good finishes. And we are on our final lap for Vintage Ski Open. Next up will be Rec Lights. Next, coming across, taking this white flag, the 415, Matt Madrigali on that round nose Superjet. Still have a pretty solid battle for second and third place in this class for the overall of the weekend. Next, coming up, hitting that SBT buoy, coming to buoy 13, 357, Adam Schaefer. And then we got Jacob Baldwin, 950, in that fifth place position. All right, Jim, you swept every race all weekend, Mr. Alamillo. Are you going to do it again? All right, he's going for 8 wins on the weekend. Got a big target on his back. It says 222, come beat me. All right, 727, that square nose Superjet. Casey Stone? Casey Stone just passed the start-finish line, then taking the checkered 41. Zoe Schreiner, hand up in the air, that number 1. She's excited to take it. She's had a good weekend all weekend in this class. Been very fast. Next, coming up to the line, hitting that SBT buoy. Oh, he's going to make this 13. He had to take it kind of wide. The 415, Matt Madrigali, coming home in second in Moto 4. Water's getting a lot rougher out there. You can see they're sitting down and on their knees as soon as they cross the start finish. Starting to wear people out here in Moto 4. And then in third, 357, Adam Schaefer on his Kawasaki. Coming across, taking the checkered. Next, the 950, sorry, of Jacob Baldwin in that fourth place position for Moto 4. We need some holders down the line. If we got somebody that can hold, we need 1 holder to the line. Actually, we need 3 holders to the line if we can. We need 3 holders, 1 for the 222, 1 for the 52, and 1 for John as well. We need 3 holders to the line. Casey Stone coming across the line on a 727 boat. That is our last ski. I think Jim said he wanted to do a Le Mans style start to give this field a chance. All right, if there's anybody that wants to be a holder, we could use some holders down on the line. All right, we're just going to do 1 holders. We're going to go old school. Just 1 holder per ski. I tried to get him to do Le Mans style, but Jim said he doesn't like to run, so. All right, we got 4 Rec Lights on the line. We got Jim and Zach on the inside. We got John and Cole on the outside. Get them going. Ready to go. Wait. We got to wait from the course marshal. All right, we're ready to go. Jim, Zach on the inside, going to the gray. We got John, Cole on the outside. That is one of the most even starts I have seen all weekend I mean, it is a spec class. There's only so much you can do to these Sparks and Jet Blasters, but World Finals is a little bit different. They're all cheaters. We all know how tech goes at World Finals. All right, on the inside, we have the 222 of Jim Alamillo. We got a battle. John's going to shove it up the inside, maybe not quite. Close battle. Jim's in the lead in the 222. John in second. Zachary closely in tow, and then Cole. This is a very good race for this first lap. They're all about just two buoys with each other. So your lone Yamaha out front, that Jet Blaster, the 222 of Jim Alamillo from Palmdale. He's trying to go for the clean sweep of both classes, sport about open and rec lights. He has won every single moto, so he is 7 for 8 right now between two classes. On to the backstretch, your leader, the 222, Jim Alamillo from Palmdale. He is leading it out. Then John in second. Zachary in third on the 52. And then rounding out your field, Cole Wheeler, the 661. Your leader taking the inside gray split. We haven't seen that much today. We'll see how it works out for him. Second place, John taking the outside blue. See if he can catch up to him. Jim hitting that last split. Headed for the SBT. Still got this lead. 13 buoy coming to start finish line. Your leader, 222, Jim Alamillo. John in that second place. They're battling. They're 1-2 currently in points. That third place step is still up for grabs between Zach and Cole. So I believe it depends on whichever person gets third in this moto is third overall. So your battle is between the 52 and the 661 running third and fourth for the weekend. And then Jim just trying to clean sweep everybody and bust out the broom. Four-stroke lights, you guys are on the line. You guys should be in staging. Four-stroke lights, you guys are in staging. Sports spec, you guys should be getting your helmets and your life jackets ready. Sports spec, you guys are the biggest class on the line. Please make sure you give yourself ample time. Also, it is the class that needs the most holders. So if there's anybody willing to hold some jet skis, grab some gloves, get your wet shoes on, and start making your way up to the line. For after this class, we're going to need a lot of holders for sports spec. So we have rec lights on the class or on the track now. That is race number 10. Race number 11 is in staging. That is four-stroke lights. You guys should already be in staging. And then race number 12, sports spec. And your leader for rec lights, Jim Alamillo on the 222 coming across into the number 1 buoy. He's got about a 3 buoy lead on the second place ski of John. And it looks like Zach is holding in strong in that number 3 spot. He comes and goes. He's gained a little bit, lost a little bit. But he has definitely pulled away from Cole in these last couple laps. So I think Zach has secured third place on the podium for the weekend, if he can stay on the seat. Your leader, Jim Alamillo, hitting the number 9 buoy, back right around the number 10, headed towards the backstretch. Last bus stop chicane of 11 and 12 before he goes down the backstretch. Your leader, the 222, has quite a big lead. He is entering the decision buoy now, and second place is just coming out of buoy 12. So he's got about a 4 lead at this point. Again, taking the inside gray split. He seems to be favoring that gray all moto. It seems to be working out for him, so I'm not going to argue with him. Most of the other classes are going with the blue, but he seems to like that gray split. Hitting the last split buoy, headed to the red SBT buoy. Taking the white flag, your leader, the 222, Jim Alamillo. One more lap to sweep the weekend in 2 classes. He's going for 8 moto wins across 2 days. He just doesn't want to give anybody a chance. And John in second place. And Zachary on the 52 boat, closely behind. Those 2 sparks are the closest battle on the track currently. And then rounding out the field on the 661 are one of our tallest, if not the tallest rider in the lake, Cole Wheeler. Probably about a whole foot taller than me, to be completely honest. All right, your winner for the weekend, 222 Jim Alamillo, second place, John, and then third place, Zachary on the 52. They're rounding out the fourth place, the 661 of Cole Wheeler coming to the checkers. Next up, 4-stroke lights. We got a battle raging on for this as well. We got the number 2, the borrowed boat, Harley Ritchie on the inside split of the grays in the all orange gear, easy to spot. We got the 377 in second place. He's going to be on the outside split, but on pole position for the outside split. We got Travis Billings on the 7. Also in the mix, Gavin Hoggard, also in the mix on the 752. Travis Billings with a great hole shot. He's got Harley by 2 or 3 boats. Can he maintain it and stay in front of Harley Ritchie? Maybe Epps up these points. There he goes on the outside. Your hole shot. Travis Billings on the number 7 in the inside gray split. He is putting it to an international GP rider, Harley Ritchie. This young man can ride his ski very, very well, and he is holding off one of the best in the world on the stand-up. So you imagine what this kid's going to be like in another 10 years. You're probably going to hear his name a lot. But on the outside, your leader, the 752, on his mom's borrowed boat that I just wrapped, Gavin Hoggard. Second place at 377, Travis Billings on the 7 and 3rd, and Harley Ritchie in 4th. Your podium battle, or your first place battle, is between 3rd place right now. Those are your leaders in points.
All right, sports spec to the line. We need holders.
Holders up the line. As many holders as we can get, please. Make your way to the line. All right, after Mr. Billings and Harley Ritchie, we have the 330, Jesse Wilson, holding down that 5th place. Then we have the number 3 boat, then we have quite a bit of a battle going into buoy number 7. A lot of guys swapping positions after those top 3 guys. But heading towards the back straightaway with the commanding lead for the first lap, that 752 of Gavin Hoggard has checked out for the race. He enters the split decision buoy. He elects to go to the outside on the blue split. Second place, taking the inside gray line, trying to gain up some time and clear water.
All right, looks like Gavin Hoggard pulling out front. And Anthony Ocasio gets the pass on Travis Billings, and Harley Ritchie's right on Travis. The splits look pretty good. There's a good battle right here. Gavin Hoggard had to take the makeup buoy for missing buoy number 2, and the rest of the field caught up. But it looks like Travis Billings, Anthony Ocasio, the 377, followed Gavin Hoggard to the makeup buoy, so he dropped from 2nd to 4th, and Harley went from 4th to 2nd. Wild change of events. Gavin goes down, buoy number 4. Harley gets right. Oh! Yes, we need holders. We need lots of holders. We need what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 holders. 9 holders down here. If you're still wet, please come hold for the sports spec race. White flag. We don't have a lot of time. Please come hold. It's a good battle up front for 4-stroke lights. It looks like Harley Ritchie is going to be on the inside with Anthony Ocasas on the outside. So it looks like Harley is going to take the win. Anthony second, Travis Billings third, and then Galvin in fourth. Oh, that was a good battle between those 4. All right, raise your hand if you still need holders. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 holders, please. 5 holders, please. We need 5 holders down here. Anyone? We need 5 holders, please. We've been finding holders all weekend. Come on, it's the final moto. 5 holders, please. If you're down by the water and you can get wet, we need 5 holders. We're not starting this race until we get more holders. Raise your hand if you need a holder. Glenn, you need 2 holders? He needs 2 right here. All right, so we only need 1 more holder. If someone can come down, we're 1 short. He's dry, he has feet are dry. 1 holder, please. Can anyone hold? You just finished racing.
All right, coming through the splits. We got Patrick on the inside. Gray. He has the lead. Number 1 boat, this white and red boat. He has swept the whole weekend so far, hitting the 13 and start-finish line. Your number 1 boat leading the pack, followed by the 5-7-4 in second. Dustin Boffman on 95 in third. 86 of Ronan Dragon. 394 of Brandon Bradshaw. 301 of David Garcia. Then you got 492 Ryder Bliss, and we got a battle going on between Brandon Curtis and Micah. So your leader hitting the number 7 buoy. He's got already a buoy lead on this first lap. The 5-7-4 in second. 95 of Dustin Boffman in third. 86 Ronan Dragon. 394, Brandon Bradshaw. Brandon has been consistently beating his brother Glenn all weekend. It's usually the other way around. He has been riding well all weekend. I think it's because I gave him a hard time about swimming too often. We got a rider down. Rider down. Evan going to it. We got a rider down at buoy 5. It looks like the 7 boat of Glenn Bradshaw. So I was giving his brother Brandon a hard time on Friday about swimming too often. And this Glenn going for a water sample at buoy 5. But hitting the outside split, your leader, the 1 boat, Patrick Parker, winner of Ski GP Moto 4 as well, with a commanding lead, hitting the SBT buoy, coming towards the start finish. All right, your leader, Patrick Parker, the number 1. He has made a big gap. He is already at buoy 2. Second place is just now hitting start finish line, 5.74. Third place, Dustin Boffman, the 95. We still have a great battle going on for this second and third place on the podium. Patrick can stay on the ski. He's got the overall win wrapped up, but second and third place on the podium is still up for grabs. Dustin Boffman is the upsetter right now, sitting in third, mixing up these finishes. All right, we have Sports Spec on the track now. 10-minute moto. All right, race 12, Sports Spec on the track. 550 limited on the line in staging. Ski lights, you guys need to get getting ready. Get your helmets and life jackets on to be coming up to staging. All right, your leader hitting buoy 4. Dustin Boffman has moved into that second spot in the 95. All right, these guys are having to navigate a down boat at buoy 4. Course marshal Mitch getting to him. Looks like he might need a tow. We got some mistakes happening at buoy 7. Got some changes going on there. Had a couple guys go a little wide. Allowed David Garcia on his green HX to sneak inside. We lost a buoy, so there's no more number 10 buoy. So we got one big straightaway before they get the 11-12 to hit the backstretch. Got the number 5 boat getting towed in by Mitch. Spun out, went down at buoy 4 and couldn't get it refired. Your leader hitting the number 1 buoy, Patrick Parker. Second place now, your 95 of Dustin Boffman. And then we got a battle raging on behind that. Looks like Ronan Dragon either spun out or went for a water sample. He lost a couple spots. Third place, 574. 394. And then the 301. And the 86 of Ronan Dragon. Followed by the purple boat, 492, Ryder Bliss, and then Brandon Curtis, the 19 boat. Oh, Brandon Curtis almost goes down, saves it, does a good job to stay in the tray. And then Micah on the 13, hitting buoy 2 right behind him. So these second and third place steps on the podium are completely switched up. This last moto is going to determine everything. Your leader's got this thing in the bag as long as he stays on, but second and third place are completely undecided still. Your leader, Patrick Parker, taking the makeup buoy. I don't know if he missed the buoy. He's just doing it for his safety. I took the makeup buoy in mine just to make sure. When you got a big enough lead, play it safe. Go ahead and take an extra makeup buoy. And Glenn Bradshaw on David Garcia's number 7 boat coming across the line. All right, your leader hitting the number 1 buoy. Your second place, 95, Dustin Boffman coming across the start-finish line. He had a couple rough days, or rough motos yesterday. Then you got the 394, Brandon Bradshaw with one of his best rides. Hitting third, David Garcia in the 301, and fourth, the 574, and then the 86, Ronan Dragon. Ronan needs to get in front of that 574 boat to secure his second overall, I believe. Second or third, that 574 and the 80s. Oh, Ronan loses it. He spins out at buoy 5 or 3. That allows Ryder Bliss on the 492 to get around him. Ronan has a problem. Ski dies. It gets going again. He lost 2 spots between buoy 3 and 5. That might put him off the podium. That allows Brandon to get back around. Brandon is currently second overall in points with the 574. Let's see if Ronan has any more problems on the ski. Might have got a little fuel, possibly. Power. Glenn Bradshaw getting out of the way and pulling off the course. Your leader taking the white flag, Patrick Parker on the number 1 boat with a commanding lead over the 95 of Dustin Boffman. He's got about 4 buoy length lead currently. Dustin holding down second. Brandon Bradshaw on the 394, that all black HX, rounding out your podium for Moto 4. David Garcia with his best ride on his new HX in the 301. Running in fourth, 574 in fifth. Ryder Bliss, everybody's favorite jet ski racer on 492. Brandon Curtis on the 19. Micah on the 13. And looks like Ronan's still running, but he's having some issues. No, we got Ronan's down on the back, possibly. All right, unfortunately, Ronan down. Getting towed back in. So he was in a battle for that podium position overall for the weekend. So the 86 boat, my boat, getting towed back in. But your leader and your winner overall with the 1-1-1-1 on the weekend, sweeping it clean, the one boat of Patrick Parker. Next, you have Glenn Bradshaw on the 7, a lap down. Your second place finisher, Dustin Boffman, on the 95, coming across second. And your battle for third, you got a hell of a battle coming to the line between the 394 and the 301. 394, Brandon Bradshaw takes that final step of the podium, followed closely by David Garcia, the 301. And then this fifth place, 574, sixth place, 19 of Brandon Curtis. Then 492, Ryder Bliss, 13, Michael Lefevre. Shriner, shut your ski off. There is no number 10 buoy, so you guys know. You guys are going to go to number 9, and there's no number 10. So you're going to go 9 straight to 11. There is no number 10. No. You go to the correct side of it. You go number 9 just like you normally would. You just